back, it's Michelle.
And Miguel.
And today we'll be talking about my version of the historical figure Gabriela Silang drawing. So Miguel, do you want to explain who she is real quick?
In case you haven't seen the previous video, Gabriela Silang is essentially an Ilocano revolutionary leader, and she's a great military leader and very smart and intelligent, and also known for her fierceness as well. We don't have much documentation of her visually, but we do have a famous statue made by Jose Mendoza in Makati City. The statue is basically our only physical representation of her, wielding a bolo and riding a horse. And in Michelle's version, it turns out that you decided to do something different versus mine. Tell me more about what inspired you to make this one.
I actually had no idea who Gabriela Silang was before, and thankfully you did happen to make a video about her because you did a drawing of her in pastel form. So I did take reference from that. As a Filipina, it's actually exciting to actually get to learn more about our history, and especially a female military leader. What I did is I obviously went to Google, searched up what was even any documentation of Gabriela Silang, and a lot of it is that she was known to have some kind of like red headband, wearing traditional like Filipina Spanish inspired outfits. So that's where I went with it when I came to design her outfit. I did come across Jose Mendoza's statue in Makati City. I kind of liked the idea of that she was riding this horse in a very aggressive way to really get that fierceness. And so I guess I wanted to capture that with my design. And I took it upon myself to really learn how to make a horse, or draw a horse. It took me a while, but I really liked where I was going with this, and I also did try to do my attempt at the bolo. There's no fancy hilt on it or anything, but just because I assumed that coming from like a humble-ish background, and at this time it's probably a lot of people who really wanted to be liberated from Spain, so there's not much they could show off, that they're rich or anything. So anyway, what do you think, Miguel?
I think it's quite unique that you decided to put her on a horse, first of all, so that really stood out from mine. And I have to say I'm pretty impressed with the horse just as much. So it's quite clever that you would pretty much take that idea that even the statue had, it was on a horse, except it's in a different angle. I like the forced perspective too, that it's coming sideways. It's like it's not from the side or directly in the front, but kind of at an angle. So it kind of shows more dynamism and also the rest of the detail versus if it's just straightforward. It's good that we see the rest of the body at an angle, is what I'm saying. I'd say that's good. I like this time because the headband is a very important symbol in Filipino Revolution, so I wish I had that headband idea. I think that was smart.
I thought it would be kind of pretty iconic for someone to have that headband. Another interesting thing that I really appreciate learning about this part in history is that she did inspire this political party or political movement party called the Gabriela Women's Party, which is obviously it's a progressive Filipino political party where they're advocating for women's rights, women's health, advocating for rape victims and human trafficking, so
legal rights,
which is in a weird connection to all of this, and to even Filipino influencers or influential people in the Philippines. I just switched those stars like Liza Soberano, Angel Locsin, even Catriona Gray. Yeah, like these women, they are known to support these movements. It kind of breaks my heart to hear stories such as like Liza Soberano got red tagged just because she was associated with the Gabriela Youth Group, which is like an extension of the Gabriela Women's Party, I think.
You would think that the Gabriela Party, even though it's exclusively in the Philippines, it's something that all women and feminists around the world can relate to, and yet the Philippines would have the audacity to go against it when it's literally their own person. I'm just saying. So I think it is important that the Philippines should, as far as I've read, in 2019 there has been a growing anti-feminist movement in Southeast Asia, because you also have movements in Indonesia that are quite unique yet relatable, as well as Malaysia. So Philippines is not the only country to try and support and try to protect women's autonomy.
As an artist and as a woman, there's a lot of emotions into learning about this part of history and how it connects to what we do now, you know? What do we advocate for? What do we support?
let us know what you think. Do you think Michelle cheated because she used the horse compared to mine? And obviously, if you think you can fight this person, at least Michelle's version, you would definitely lose if you don't have a horse. But yeah, but let us know anyway. Which version do you prefer? Well, as always, let us know in the comments what you think. If you want to hear more, if you want to know if you have any historical figures you probably want us to do later on in the near future. And we hope to see you around in the next video.
Alright, we'll see you guys later. Bye!